Hi guys, I'm Professor Paul Servatka. I teach meteorology at the College of DuPage, and I just wanted to welcome you to this little session about what we do here. I hope you're doing fine over this very interesting and weird year. It's now May, so this is spring, and this is my favorite time of the year because of the severe weather that's going to be coming through. So I just wanted to show you a little bit about what we do at COD in terms of what we do in forecasting, and then what we do when we go tornado chasing. So I'm going to start out with a little tornado video that I thought was really interesting. This actually happened in Illinois in the month of January, which is kind of an odd thing that we would have a tornado in January. But not often do you get to see a tornado and a train derailment. So let me get that on here with you. And we'll go here and we'll share that. So here's in Harvard, Illinois. This is what I call the train tornado. So this tornado is about to hit this freight train as it's going through. Like I said, this is January. It was a really warm day. Temperatures were in the 60s. And if you look closely, you'll see that the trees behind the train are starting to move a little bit better, especially in the rain. But the train's just going on. A little bit of rain there. Now watch the trees as they're really starting to get buffeted by the wind inflowing into this storm. And there's actually some really significant winds, and that wind is basically the result of driving into the tornado. Watch what happens. So a big train crash as it hit a tornado. I just thought that's kind of a fun thing to look at in the background. So that's a January tornado. We'll show you some other things coming up here. But when we forecast tornadoes, what we are doing is we're using our website. So I want to show you what we do with our website, which is here. It is the College of DuPage weather website. We have about 10 million hits a day. A lot of professional meteorologists from all over the country and really all over the world, from Canada to Cuba to parts of Australia. They use our website to monitor what's going on here in the United States. And we've got a lot of cool things. One of my favorite things, if you go to this place, it's just weather.cod.edu. If you go here, you can pull up the local radar. So there's a little bit of showers when I videotape this. But over most of the area, it's clear. So that's kind of a fun little thing we can do, and we can get radar information from anywhere in the country. But one of our favorite things to do is to look at numerical models. And so when I look at something along these lines, I can see what the weather patterns are going to be up in the next couple of weeks. It could be cooler next week. And then hopefully in the future, we'll have a chance to get in some severe weather. It's been a pretty slow severe weather season, except for a couple of days here and there. The other thing that people use our site for is our satellite page. And I'm pretty excited about this. This is a visible satellite picture. It's basically a satellite flying up, orbiting the Earth, and it looks down at the Earth and says, where are the clouds? So we see a bunch of clouds coming through, and I can zoom into some of these areas and get a little bit closer, better resolution here. I can go here and look really closely into Illinois, and then I can animate this, and I can do all sorts of really cool things. Now, in addition to this, I can look at other information. So here's water vapor imagery. I can look at some long wave infrared radiation, which tells me how cold the atmosphere is. There's some really cool things that we can do here with water vapor and just changing the color so we get better information for us. I like this one. This is called True Color. So if you were out in outer space looking at the Earth, this is what you'd look at. And if you look, kind of Iowa is a little brownish. Well, that's because it's still early. You come here in the middle of July, and when the corn is all growing, this is going to be very green. When you go back, the lakes are going to be blue, the oceans are going to be blue, clouds are going to be white. And then you can even take a look at what it looks like for the whole Earth. So if I go back even further than this, I can loop a whole bunch of things and go way back into time and see there's the whole Earth as it's being lit up. And I think that's pretty cool. We can see the Amazon rainforest with a lot of thunderstorms here. What's going on in South America. The United States, mostly clear except for this big storm system here and the Atlantic Ocean. I love this kind of thing. I think this is really interesting. A lot of different ways that we can perceive images. I've got a lot of colors that I can add to it, and it gives us different information about what's going on the Earth. And again, we can animate it, and if we want to take a look at maybe the last couple of days worth of stuff, I get an idea of what's been happening over the last several days. There's a big storm system coming in there. So we're one of the leaders in displaying imagery that comes from the National Weather Service, and we do that. So on a typical spring day, I will get up, look at what's going on in the world, what's going on in the United States, try to figure out what I think is going to happen, kind of zone into where I think maybe severe weather is going to happen. And we do that when we go tornado chasing. Now, I'm not chasing this year because of COVID-19. So our trips have been canceled. And this is the first time in 30 years I didn't get to go out. However, a friend of mine, his name is Pecos Hank, and you can follow him on YouTube. He went out there a couple days ago and saw an amazing tornado. And I just want to show you what it's like when you're a really good experienced chaser. Don't try this at home. With a lot of experience, and he's got some amazing video of a tornado in Oklahoma. So I'm going to zoom in on this and let you watch this one. Look how close he is. Look at that. Just debris flying through the air as this tornado is forming, probably around a quarter or an eighth of a mile away from him, 1,000 yards maybe. What's really interesting coming up here is it'll start hitting this building and it starts creating condensation, and you'll see it differently. Look at this. Now it's really getting more intense. Here he zooms out a little bit so you see the tornado funnel up top, but it's already on the ground producing a lot of damage. And then he kind of follows after it. Violent tornado going on there. So fairly dangerous situation, but he's really close. Now he's coming in behind it. Look at the beautiful rainbow out in the back. The rainbows come when you have sun behind you and rain ahead of you. And there's the tornado. There's the funnel up top. And then look at this, just amazing stuff. All the damage. Some people got hurt in this scenario. I'm not sure here. But he's now going to run out and to make sure that nobody's really badly hurt. Notice there's power lines that have come down. That can be really dangerous. He's in a very dangerous situation, but he's a really good storm chaser. And I've spent some good time with him discussing ways to become safe when you're tornado chasing. So pretty interesting stuff. I think that's kind of cool. And we can get out of here. Hold on a second. Come back in. So that's what we do. And I take out students every year, except for this year. So if you are all going to be going to college sometime, come to COD. If you're interested in meteorology, let me know. My name's Paul Servatka. I hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe and have an enjoyable rest of your spring.